welcome back, or welcome to the Black Tornado Podcast, your home for underground metal. We have a very special episode of Fans of the Underground. You've heard the name if you've paid enough attention. I've got the one, the only, the homie Chuck. What up, Chuck?
Hey, thanks for
And
having me.
yes, we talked briefly pre-recording about ruining the lore of the homie Chuck by having you on, but that's okay because what you were brought up initially, I think during the wrap up show for the first wrap up show. So it's been a year for the lore to fester. I guess it's a good enough time. It's been a year. It's not like you were brought up a handful of times and then like a week later you came on the show. It's been a year. So I take back what I said. Um so you're here today because if Black Tornado Podcast was the Marvel universe, you would be Doctor Strange, crossing the multiverse of musicians and the show, and kind of bringing everyone together. So now we have to school the people listening on the hows and whys of how all this happened. People paying attention will remember that the show initially, all the interviews were done via Skype, and Skype is super dead, and so I had a problem. I didn't want to pay for Zoom, and people don't really use Zoom, so I had to think, well, what do people use? And it turns out a lot of people use Discord, and so I downloaded Discord, and I was very confused and frightened, and I was generally scared, and I didn't like it, and I wanted to delete it immediately, and I didn't like the little robots and the things that happen on Discord. And then my good friend Dr. Nez says to me, well, I know somebody that can school you, and I love getting schooled on stuff. And then enter Chuck. So why don't you tell the people at home how long it actually took for you to sit with me to the point where I kind of understood it.
Um, First off, I want to say that I absolutely adore that you're comparing me to Doctor Strange. Love that.
You're
I'm a Marvel nerd.
you're the Doctor Strange because you cross the boundaries of the bands into the show, and yeah, I do love comics, and I did have to sit there last night and because I already had the comparison in my head, and I thought, well, a lot of characters have jumped multiverses, but who's most known for it? And I thought, oh, Doctor, not even talking about the MCU, just in the books. And I had, well, Doctor Strange. So yeah, if Black Tornado was MCU, you're Doctor Strange.
Thank you. I
You're
I love that.
you're welcome.
I would say to teach you Discord, I think the first night we were in call for about 5 hours, and that was just getting you down like instructions. You were writing down instructions as I was showing them to you, and then you were having technical difficulties. So it was actual tech issue. It was not a you issue. It was not user error. It was a tech issue. So about 5 hours the first night, and then I think the first time that you tried to record on Discord, I had to jump in and help with that. And I've only had to do that twice since I taught you almost a year ago. So
I was
you're doing
panicking.
fantastic.
I was panicking the first time because I had a band already ready to go, and there was some issue, uh, and it got fixed. But pay attention to what she said here. It was 5 hours. I'm a slow learner, people. It takes me a minute, but once I grasp it, then usually I'm good. And most people would not sit with somebody for 5 hours. Most people would send you a YouTube tutorial video and say, figure it out, have fun. And it was really funny because we had gotten past the Discord portion. I think we were talking about D&D. We're going to talk about D&D later on. And then all of a sudden, my internet cut out. And I thought, or well, I should say, the Discord call ended. And I thought, did my internet cut out? I go, or did Chuck have to go? And then I thought, that's a really odd way to just kind of bail and not go like, hey, I gotta run, I'll see, something fast. And so I try to reconnect and it doesn't work. And I thought, well, let me try to Google the problem. And then the Internet Explorer, the little dinosaur game comes up, and that's not working. Nothing's working. So I run out, and my router is blinking, which it's never done that since we moved in. So I get on my phone, and for whatever reason, at that time, at that specific day, they decided to do maintenance on everybody's systems across the land. And so I just thought that was really bizarre that at that specific time, because it was early into the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 1 a.m. my time. And so that's an odd time. So anyway, yeah, so now Discord works. That's thanks to you. I said it on the first wrap up show. I said really without your schooling, it would have been a lot harder to figure. Would I have figured it out eventually? Probably some German 9-year-old kid on YouTube explained it to me, and I would have eventually got it with my little notepad. But it sure is nice to go, hey, I don't understand this specific thing. And instead of like having to go to a message board or something, I can hit you up. And there was an issue I was having where I couldn't see who was in the guest server for some reason. And you were able to tell me that everything was fine. And it's just easier to have somebody to ask versus, go to a forum or something like that.
Absolutely. I'm a hands-on learner, so I don't learn well from videos. I have to have somebody show me how to do something and do
Sure.
it with me the first time, and then I'm good. So I'm more than willing to sit and teach you whatever you need to know, because I do the same thing. I can't learn from just somebody being like, it's this. Here's
Right.
this video.
Well, all things considered, and the main point of this, just like I said on last year's wrap-up show, is you have now turned yourself into an essential cog in the Black Tornado machine, and it's super appreciated. Thank you very much for all the help that you've done, and not even help with the Discord. You've actually been a behind the scenes person and some other cool stuff that's gone on with the show, and we'll get into talking about that. And so now you're an essential person. We're all going to pretend it's COVID again and praise you for being essential. But I promise in a year, I won't act like you're not important. You're still being important in a year.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
That's what they did, to those poor people.
And I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it's a small knit community. It's a small show. I always tell people, it's not the Garza podcast where 10,000 people tune in to listen to Chris interview, Whitechapel or 6 Feet Under, right? I mean, this show caters to the smaller bands, and thus gains a smaller audience. But what I've always thought is cool about this is that because the audience is small, a lot of people know each other. A lot of people find out about certain bands, end up becoming pals with those bands, and then so the web kind of spreads. Even like the sticker guy that I use, just from promoting him over and over on the show, there's probably 5-6 bands that I know of personally that now go to him, that go to Jason to get their stickers done. So it's really cool the way that the community kind of spreads out like that, and kind of before I know it, I'm getting tagged in a post and, hey, I used your sticker guy, now we got these stickers. It's like, great, man. I'm glad that my influence, I guess, was able to help him get work, help you get some cheap stickers. Everybody wins. And so if things like that can continue to happen, that's pretty cool. That's what I'm aiming for.
Support small business, support local artists. Do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're aiming for here. I try to even when a band will put out an album and they'll say, "Oh, we use so and so recording studio." I tell them, "Hey, when the interview happens, make sure to shout them out because if you live in Michigan, it might not matter, but if you live near where the band is from, that might help another band in the same area." You know, you'd
Yep.
you'd be surprised how many times the little connections end up working with somebody else. I mean, Glenford, who gets a plug on almost every episode. Now I've had other podcasters and other bands uh, contact him for work, and now he's doing work for other shows and other people, and he's sending me messages. Hey, so and so said that they heard me. They got my plug from Black Tornado, and now I'm doing a T-shirt design for them. Thanks for the business. And it's like, of course, man, that's what I'm doing. That's what this is all about.
Yep.
You know. So yeah, it's cool the way this stuff kind of works out. Uh, let's see. What do we want to start with? Let's start with our old pal Dr. Nez. People that maybe this is your first time tuning into the show. This is a weird episode. If this is your first time, listen to something, come back. Not that this isn't fun, but just it's not a normal show. But people that have been hanging out, and I've been singing the praises of Dr. Nez now for, well, it's 2 years at this point. Um, so we both know Dr. Nez,
Yeah.
and you know Dr. Nez really well. Fans of Dr. Nez / Black Tornado podcast. Dr. Nez, merch person, is a ghost, and you've seen if you listen to or watched, because there's actually something to watch this year. If you watch this year's Christmas with the Metal Verbalizers, you see that I'm wearing my Dr. Nez T-shirt. I wear that T-shirt quite often, and sing the praises of Dr. Nez, quite literally, because I know all the lyrics to High Desert Lows and a couple other songs. Um, but yeah, you are the merch / ghost for Dr. Nez.
Yeah. So, um, I'll go ahead and out myself. I'm married. I'm married to Dr. Nez. Um,
You
and
lucky gal.
I know. I'm so lucky. Um, I he started workshopping this idea of a ghost being like this mascot for the High Desert Lows album. And I was like, okay, who do you want to be the ghost? And he was like, well, I thought maybe I could be the ghost. And I was like, if you don't want to be the ghost, can you let me do it? Because like I'm deaf in one ear and I sign, so my body language is through the roof. I'm very animated. So when he was like, hell yeah, let's go, we immediately had the costume put together within like a couple of weeks. It started out super cheap, super easy. The most expensive part of my gear is my Heelys.
Yeah, we
Your Heelys now.
Doc and I, he told me about the concept of the Heelys, and I said that's the smartest thing that you could do with the ghost is put said ghost in Heelys.
On wheels, man. I float now. As long
That's
as
what I
the
mean.
venue has room, I float.
Yeah.
And
That's
my
awesome.
legs don't hurt.
Now, a question I have about being the ghost merch dealer.
Mhm.
Is it easy to hear?
Um, yeah. So kind of. This is this.
Because you're
I'm.
during. Because think about it. You're at a show.
Mhm.
Maybe another band is playing. Maybe Doc's playing, and somebody comes up and you have a ghost costume on. And if somebody goes, "Can I get an XL of the white one?" I mean, do they have to really belt it out, or is it pretty user friendly?
So, like I said, I'm deaf in one ear, so it's already really hard for me to hear in these environments. I tend to stick loops in, and not which controls the decibels. It doesn't damage. It won't allow the sound to damage my
Yeah.
good ear.
Yeah.
So I rely a lot on reading lips. So
God.
would it be hard to hear? Yes. It's very hard to see in the ghost costume. So typically when I'm behind the merch table, I have the costume like off to the side. I've got it like draped over an arm so I can pop back in if I need to. So I stand behind the merch table, usually on my cool down periods, because it's a very hot costume to run around a venue in with a lot of people.
Sure.
I typically have it draped over an arm and I'm doing business. But I mean, yes and no. Yes and no.
Fair enough. The doc and I, we talked about that right before the debut of the Ghost. And real quick, I don't want to forget, the Ghost, the Dr. Nez Ghost has its own Instagram account. And
It does.
I encourage you to follow said Instagram account. So Chuck, if you want to shout out the Instagram account for the Ghost.
It is Ghostliest. It is Ghost _ LIEST.
Awesome. And I encourage you to check out the Ghost Instagram page. How many ghosts do you know with an Instagram page? I think it's kind of cool, kind of unique. I only know one ghost. Maybe you guys know more, but I only know one. So Doc and I, he said, we're gonna do this ghost mascot, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I says, I know you're not looking for criticism, but I must insist upon you one thing before you get to in the ghost costume. I said, just make sure that the head isn't pointy. And he says, I'm absolutely going to make sure that the head is not pointy. I said, because you're going to invite a whole lot of things that problems you didn't know you had before. And obviously we had a good laugh out that. If you don't understand what I'm saying, props to you for living in that awesome little bubble that you're in. That
it would be
sense. Yeah.
It would be a whole problem too, because so what people don't see typically, so it shows I don't do this, but if we're on recording days, I have to paint like a quarter of my face black, like with black eyeliner, eyeshadow to black out the eyes. So because we try to go for continuity. The ghost's eyes are typically closed. So when we're filming, I have a quarter of my face painted black and I'm wearing all white.
Right.
So I'm very, very careful about how I navigate. I typically have a hoodie that I can pull on over the white shirt. That way I look like I have white pants, white shoes, and some kind of hoodie on.
Right.
So I'm not in any way, shape, or form threatening.
No,
that's not at all the message.
Yeah, and I mean the black is over your eyes. It's not like it's a small square under your nose. I don't think people get confused by what you're going for there.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool that Dr. Nez has a mascot. I think it's cool when any band kind of does something to set themselves apart from just having, and nothing against having your girlfriend or your buddy or whatever run your merch table, but it's kind of cool when you have a character involved in the theatrics. Now there's kind of a lore with Dr. Nez. Now there's this character, the ghost. And I think it speaks to a certain level of creativity. It speaks to a certain level of just wanting the show to be more than the music that's on the stage. You're also incorporating this character, and even with the Instagram, even though it's kind of like a funny thing, whatever, it really does. It just adds to the overall experience. Cannabis Corpse, not Cannibal Corpse, Cannabis Corpse. R.I.P. Really sucks. They're not a band anymore. They used to have the Weed Monster, and he looked like a big thing of pot, and he would run out on stage and headbang and jump around, and everybody thought that was the coolest when the Weed Monster would come out. And it was a silly thing, but it was fun. It was something where people in the crowd, they're like, oh, I wonder what song, the Weed Monster is going to come out. Oh man, look, there's Weed Monster. And it's like you're a little kid and there's Elmo, but we're a bunch of like stoned death metal guys, and we're like, oh, it's the weed monster, yeah, great. And it's just exciting and fun. So it's the same thing with Dr. Nez. Oh, where's the ghost? Oh, there's the ghost. Ah, I saw the ghost. I want to take a picture with the ghost. I think it's cool when bands can incorporate these fun things into what they're doing. That's cool. Makes the show fun. Speaking of fun live shows, so the last time Doc was on, we did a reaction. First time I ever, because I always said those are stupid, but in this, for this exception, this was different because I was with the guy with the band. We were doing it, and so we watched that first live performance. Was so with that being the first live performance, that's the first time that the Ghost was debuted to a crowd.
Yes. Yeah. I I was really nervous to debut the Ghost because first off, I can't see well, and especially at that first show, we don't really have any fan base or anybody that I know really, really well that can be basically a guide dog for the Ghost. Because there's stairs in that venue. It was a whole ordeal. So we got there like when load in happened, I put on the costume and I learned to navigate with nobody in the room. So I spent a lot of time learning to navigate, and then the venue loved it so much that they sent me outside with their basically their crier. Yeah. He was out handing out flyers, and he walked me up and down the street in the costume, and we pulled like 5 people off the street to come in and watch the show based on I'm the Ghost.
Right.
And like the big, like I do a big ghost wave. You see it in the Mark the Grave video a lot where I'm like, I stand up on tippy toes and I wave as tall as I can. Yeah. And that, for some reason, that just pulls people in. It's like a cartoon character. People are like, oh, we want to be around that. They really like to touch the costume. It's just a sheet. It is just a sheet.
Let me, hold on. Stop for 1 second. Black Tornado listeners, if you go to a Dr. Nez show, don't touch the costume. Please. I'm asking you, say hi to the Ghost, take a picture with the Ghost, buy a Dr. Nez t-shirt. Don't touch the Ghost. Thank you. Please continue.
If you ask me for a hug or for a picture, I am more than happy to do that. But please don't walk up behind me where I can't see you and just grab the sheet, because one, what did I get caught on? And 2, it's a white sheet, guys. I have to bleach it after every show.
Yeah, y'all got nasty beer hands, pot resin fingers. Don't be touching. I mean, really, this is just a life lesson, and don't touch people without their consent in any venue, genre, shape, or form. But we're just going to stick to the Ghost, and don't touch the Ghost. Say hi to the Ghost. Take a picture with the Ghost. Buy a t-shirt from the Ghost. Don't touch the Ghost. That's weird. That's something I didn't think I'd have to say today, but yeah. Here we are. So you said, and this just proves my point 10 times over. Venue loved it. Of course they would. Yeah. You go out, now you're bringing people into the street, because I'm going to say from my point of view, if I'm in that area and I don't know that this show is happening and I'm walking down the street and a Ghost invites me in for a rock concert, yeah, I'm in. Yeah, say less. Just show me where the door is. I'm in. That sounds fun. And again, so not only does the Ghost help the Dr. Nez brand, but it helps the venue. It helps the people have fun because they didn't know about the show. And honestly, if it was just nothing against their guy, I'm sure their guy is great. But if the guy's just trying to hand out flyers or do his thing or whatever, that's cool. But nothing beats a Ghost telling you to come inside and listen to a rock show. That's a good time. So, see, I think the Ghost, the Ghost is just as important as the music, especially now. Now some shows have been under the belts. People are seeing the Ghost. People have the t-shirts. People rep the Ghost. As I've said 110 times, rep the Ghost, rep the Ghost. Now people are repping the Ghost. I think it's cool. I think the Ghost, I think merch-wise, the ghost should definitely be like Iron Maiden's Eddie. Like the ghost should be incorporated into all of it. Like always should be the ghost. You know, Maiden always does Eddie's on everything. The ghost should be on all the Doc stuff. It's cool to have a mascot. It's fun.
The ghost isn't going anywhere anytime soon. It is one of my favorite things to do. One of my favorite characters that I play. It's a lot of fun. It's like, imagine you can see your face and act however you want.
Right.
As long as you're funny and like you're not hurting anybody. And I don't talk under the sheet, so it's all body language.
Yes.
So it is full chaos energy. I just get to be ADHD, and like I can stand there and be like motioning for somebody and get totally sidetracked and go squirrel across the room, and nobody thinks twice. Nobody thinks twice.
Yeah, it's all part of the act. It's all part of the show. I do want to say one more thing about the ghost, and then we're going to switch gears. So when Doc was on the show initially, I think that's the first time that we discussed the ghost. And because I like to do different things on the show, just like this with the fans of the Underground series and some other theme shows and just different stuff that I've done. I like to experiment. And I thought, boy, howdy, you know, it would be fun to interview the ghost. And Doc goes, well, I don't know, this, that, and the other, you know, answering questions. I says, no, you're misunderstanding me. I don't want to interview the person wearing the ghost costume. I want to interview the ghost. So the interview would have gone like this had that idea happened. Hello, ghost. Thank you for coming on the show. Hey, just out of curiosity, what's your favorite Dr. Nez song? And then you would have went, ooh. I really like that song too. I really think the drums on that one is a real ripper. So you guys are playing in Boise, Idaho tonight. How was the drive? Oh, yeah, I've driven through Idaho before. It was a real pain in the, and that's how the interview. Nobody would have listened to it. I would have laughed the entire time, and I would have heavily promoted it, just because why not? So that was the original idea for the ghost interview. That's where I initially wanted it to start. And because then at that point I can ask anything. I can ask who you're voting. You know, I can ask questions you're not supposed to ask, but I can ask what your religion is, who you're voting for. And you just go, oh yeah, you know, there's some key issues I agree with, but overall I don't really, you know, and I could just respond in however I want. And so that was that idea. And now it turned into something else, but you know, that's on the big sheet of stuff that's probably never going to happen Black Tornado wise, and that's okay.
We can make it happen.
Maybe it'll be a Halloween. Maybe next year. Maybe Halloween. We'll just do the ghost interview. I mean, it'd be funnier than hell.
Let's do
it. Maybe not as funny now that people know it's coming. Well, it's a year away. People will forget. They have TikTok attention spans in 30 seconds, and you know. All right, we've talked about Doc a little bit, and we're gonna take a little break. I have something special here for the Dr. Nez fans. I have I believe by the time this comes out, it'll still technically be unreleased. I have a brand new Dr. Nez song, and it's a real knee slapper. So we're gonna check it out together. This is Dr. Nez with "Pale Full Moon."
trail and leads me home. No more denying what I've become. That girl's gray eyes were ever no way. They stared beyond me to my soul. Two girls said apologies. I don't know what I am. I cannot understand. Where did the time go? And what in the name of harm did I just do? Beneath the pale full moon. Deep in my gut, I feel the hunger. Deep in my soul, I feel the shame. Deep in my heart, I feel the anger. Deep in my mind, I fight the change. Deep in my gut, I feel the hunger. Deep in my soul, I feel the shame. Deep in my heart, I feel the anger. Deep in my mind, I fight the change.
All right, and that was some brand new Dr. Nez for you. Again, the song is Pale Full Moon. Make sure to go to Dr. Nez Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We both have Facebook pages. I don't understand why. I guess everybody just does. Whatever. The Good Doctor channeling the mountains, the forest, and the moon. Thick riffs, a little grittier on the vocals. This is like Dr. Nez 2.0. If the next album sounds like this song, it's going to be a solid 10 out of 10 album. I would never critique Dr. Nez because he's my pal, and I don't critique my pals. But I will say that in the back of my mind, I always thought to myself, what if he went a little grittier on the vocals? And Pale Full Moon is the answer to that question. And in my humble opinion, that's the direction that's what you go with. That's a banger of a track. I like it.
This whole second album coming up, I'm really excited for it. I know behind the scenes stuff going on. So
Right.
I'm
No spoilers,
really
though. Don't get in trouble.
I'm so excited for this album.
Yeah.
Because I hear everything he records in our basement. So I hear everything that happens. Right. So I know what's coming. You guys should get really excited because it's gonna be 2.0. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I love obviously love the first album. It has not left. It's never seen the inside of my house. I got it delivered to work and put it in my truck, and it's never left. It's usually constant rotation in the truck, and the same thing with the Scary Faces EP. That one, both they both live in the truck. And funny thing about the Dr. Nez and myself, music wise, is we do have one thing in common, is we both use the same distro. I went through the place that he uses to make the CDs, and that was really cool. That was really fun. Actually, what's really funny is, so these aren't available to people. There's only 6 of them in existence. Amanda has 3, and I have the other 3. And this is the first Kingdom of Salt song that we put out. And I thought, just for fun, I'm going to press these up because I want to see the process of putting the cover on, putting the back on. This one's sealed. I don't know why. Collector's edition, I guess. And I wanted to see how the disc looks. And what's really funny is, so I sent the first track to Doc, and he wrote back one sentence, 4 words, "Yo, comma, this is gross." So on Amanda and my copy, it actually says, "Dr. Nez, yo, this is gross."
Oh my god.
And I
Does he
thought
know that?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe he knows. I don't know if I told him. So anyway, so Dr. Nez is officially on this. His words of encouragement, which I thought were hysterical. I sent it to Amanda. She was cracking up. She thought it was funny.
That is a huge compliment coming from Kenny. That is a huge compliment.
That's what I told him. Oh, Amanda likes Dr. Nez. Everybody likes Dr. Nez that's heard him. So we go through the same distro, and that was a cool experience to kind of it takes longer than you think. You think this Discord shit takes a minute, man. Set up, getting the imaging just right, and getting that's a bit of work. So on this CD, because you can print the discs, the lettering is just a hair off. So like if I ordered a bunch of them, I would be upset because they would be for sale. But just having a handful, like it says, 6 exist. She has 3. I have 3. So anyway, but that was really cool because I had reached out to him and I asked, the scary faces and high desert lows. How did you do that? Blah blah blah. And so he sent me the information and I went and did it myself. And so that was really cool. Yeah. So we're not going to talk about the new album because there's probably a bunch of stuff that you can't say. Let me ask this because you can answer this because this isn't a spoiler. Is the rest of the album, does it sound like this track?
Or
is this like an offshoot and everything sounds different?
So like with High Desert Lows and Scary Faces, there are a few things that are like they go a little bit
they go
off.
a little skew. Yeah.
Like for example on High Desert Lows, In the Shadow of a Mountain.
Mm-hmm. Love that song.
It's a great song. There's gonna be like a little offbeat for a song or two, but I generally the vibe is there.
Yeah.
This is absolutely going to be a vibe album. So
yeah. Real quick, and then we're gonna channel away from Dr. Nez.
Okay.
If you like Dr. Nez, either hearing him on Black Tornado or that Colorado radio station that I guess plays him quite a bit. However you heard about the good doc, if you have a T-shirt or CDs or whatever, I think what would be really cool is I'd really love to see some vinyl get pressed up. Now, vinyl pressing is stupid expensive. Any bands listening to this know that. I don't care if we're talking 7s or 12s. Vinyl is dumb expensive. So, this is what I'm asking you. If you're interested in doing this, because I will gladly join you, if we can kick up the money up front on some pre-order shit, and we can raise the funds ourselves, this is some crowd-funded underground stuff here, people. We can get this new album on wax. But we got to pre-order. You got to pay up front, and then you got to hang out for probably 6 damn months. But if anybody else is interested in this, let's make this happen. Let's get this new record pressed, 12-inch vinyl. Let's have some Doc in our record collections. Because the upfront cost is just unheard of. A lot of bands want to do it. A lot of bands cannot pull it off. And I'm talking bands with 5-6 members, they can't pull it off.
Yeah, it's vinyl pressing. As somebody who really, really loves vinyl. Um, I I've been begging for High Desert Lows as a vinyl, and it's not feasible.
The only way it would be feasible is if people were willing to pre-order and you hit your pre-order limit.
Yeah,
You'd have to
yeah,
say, okay, to make this, now we're just shooting numbers, but you'd have to say to yourself, okay, to make our nut here, we got to sell 50 copies. 50 copies at blah, 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 plus shipping. And then we got to get the people to pay for it before we do it. This
Yep.
ain't pressing up patches for St. Jude. This is a big money undertaking. So if you're down with Dr. Nez, I'd love to see a big group of people pledge to get this new record on 12-inch vinyl. That would be tight. And who knows, maybe if enough people, then we go to the back catalog. We get that High Desert Lows pressed. I mean, that the cover in itself deserves to be on 12-inch. You know, that's one of the most appealing parts of vinyl. Man, they can't see that.
I know you, but you can.
I've seen it. I know what it looks like. She's holding up the CD. Can't see that. I like when sometimes people forget. They're like showing something like they can't see that. Sometimes people forget. Anyway, that would be really cool if we could get that pressed, go back, get the High Desert Lows pressed, and I think Scary Faces EP is, well, what is it? What is it? 5, 6 songs? 5 songs? 4 songs?
I think so. I don't have a physical copy of.
Yeah, mine's in my truck. That might be able to fit on a 7.
Maybe. One of my favorite things about Dr. Nez is how much he uses his everyday life in his music.
Yeah.
Our daughter V is the face of Scary Faces.
I did not know that. I'm getting schooled
So
over here.
if you look on the back, if you guys have the CD, if you look on the back, there are model credits at the very bottom down here. And he credited her as a model for Scary Faces. So she is front and back, I believe.
I did
so
not.
It's our daughter.
I didn't know who that was.
And then on High Desert Lows, obviously I'm the ghost, so I am the face of High Desert Lows. And I also did all the photography for him outside of the costume. So any picture that you see of the doctor, I took that picture.
Okay.
That is me. So
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit the first time he came on the show. We were talking about the shooting locations and whatnot, and I just remember him saying just how blistering hot it was. And I was like, yeah, brother, you're on the desert. It's hot out there.
The camouflage video was so much. It was like a 6-hour shoot. We took no breaks. We fully no shade. I had like a tumbler of water and we were sharing that because we weren't prepared. We were not prepared for how hot the Mojave Desert was.
Right. Almost makes you wish for never mind, I'm not going there. It's a Fallout reference. All right. We're going to change gears up because you and I, we could probably sit here and talk for 10 hours about Doc. We're not going to do that today. Maybe we'll have a Doc Appreciation Day next year. Maybe we'll plan that. Maybe we'll do like an album, new record. We'll jam on the new record a little bit. We'll hang out. That'd actually be cool. I might have to write that down. We'll jam on the new Doc record. All right, we're going to switch gears a little bit. So outside of helping with the Discord and bringing some new Dr. Nez to the table, not only did you bring new music to the table, you actually brought a new band to the table. This was earlier this year, and I remember when you messaged me and you said, "Hey, I got this band, and the guy who wants to do podcast." And he said, but you said it's not metal music. And I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was like, I'm probably gonna pass on this because it's a metal show. Probably gonna pass on it. And then I heard what it was, the style, the genre, and I went, I don't know that style or that genre. So now you got 2 strikes. I'm probably definitely gonna say no. And no bullshit, because people that listen to the show know I don't play anything I don't like. And I heard it and I was like, this is phenomenal. This is really good. And that, of course, people listening that have missed an episode probably know what I'm talking about. We're talking about Solomon Crow from Damn Near Dead. And how great. I had friends hit me up that aren't metalheads that just listen to the show. Sometimes they just listen to me blather on. And they went, I really like that. That's really good. Blah 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 blah. People were digging on it because not everybody likes, super aggressive death metal. People want different music. And for myself, I'd like to say I listen to a little bit from every genre. You pick a genre, I can probably tell you at least one artist that I like. But I really enjoyed that. And then, so we had Solomon, Solo Man, come on the show. And then it was really cool. He got the vibe right away. Not everybody gets it right away. Talking with him was cool. Talking with him was kind of like, I'd say after probably the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, it was like, oh, I've known this guy. Like, I've known this guy for a while. Maybe because similar life experience kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't really know exactly what it was, but definitely the flow was there. And that really helps make a good show good when the flow is there. And I'm going to give a quick shout out to Solomon, because I'm sure he's listened to this. He did, and I do not mean to disparage other bands that have been on the show when I say this, but he did what I wish everybody would do. He really pimped out the fact that the show was coming up and then happening. And he was really the socials, or was that you? Okay, that was Chuck.
No, so it was
Solomon, you get no credit. Forget it.
No, he gets all the credit. He gets all the credit. I was behind the scenes being like, "Hey guys, we need to really push this. We need to push this." And they did. Yeah. So I just suggested it. They did a great job. They did a great job on social media. I don't have access to any of that, so they were doing it by themselves.
It really helps, especially a smaller show like mine. It really helps when my reach is only so far. I can't reach your current audience. I can reach my current audience and try to bring them to you. But if your current audience wants to find a new program to listen to, maybe they only tune into your show. They don't tune into another program. That's okay too. But it brings more people over. As much as I hate to say it and even think about it, the stupid algorithm and how a show like mine, because the subs aren't high, there's swearing. Every episode I have to mark not for kids, because it's saying funny stuff. So it's never going to make it to your recommended. It's never going to make it to your home page. So with that kind of offset, what helps is when the bands help out the program by promoting it to their fan base. And when I saw that, because I would see the tags, and I just thought to myself, boy howdy, if everybody did this, imagine the reach that the program could have. And I've said 100 times over, man, the program is not about me. Anybody could do this show. I just so happen to be doing it. The show is not about me. The show is about supporting the underground and giving listeners new bands, and the bands getting the opportunity to pick up the new listeners. So I'm not sitting here going, oh, I want 1 million views because I want to sell a t-shirt, or I want a Patreon wall. No, it's that stuff like that's never going to happen. It's always going to be just about support. But the views go further, so the support picks up. And so regardless of you putting it in their ear, them doing it, however you want to look at it. Thank you. So, okay. So thank you to you and thank you to them.
Absolutely.
That really helped. And it was a really good time. It was one of the more fun shows of this year. Solomon, the whole band, just him, whoever, definitely next year, definitely welcome back again. That would be a lot of fun. Maybe if they have some new material recorded, or they want to talk about shows. Honestly, what Doc and I did was so fun. I'd like to do that with other bands. I'd like to, even if it's just, Doc went above and beyond. Really great video. But even if somebody records your stuff on an iPad, as long as the quality's good, I'll sit in with a band, I'll listen to one of their live shows. That would be fun too. As long as it's something other people can actually listen to without, turning it off because it doesn't sound good.
Yeah. I'll definitely pass the message along. I mean, he's going to listen to it. He's going to listen to this episode, but I'll pass it on before this premieres. So
yeah, that would be cool in the future. Let's take a 2-second break. We'll come back. We'll talk about Solomon here in a minute. This is Solomon Crow with Better Days.
I'm staring at the ceiling as serenity abandons me. In search of better days as gravity takes a hold upon this emptiness inside of me. I'm crushed beneath the weight of every self-inflicted tragedy, this miserable anxiety. I'm a ghost beneath this mask made of skin, and all I want to do is fall asleep. But I can't close my eyes tonight, 'cause I am terrified of my own mind, and I'm trying not to lose hope, but I'm crying for this pain in my soul. So tired, I'm so weak, I'm so sick of this fucking disease. Oh, I'm dying, I'm not ready to leave. So please don't give up on me. Staring in the mirror at the stranger looking back at me. No color in his eyes, and I can't think with all these voices in my head screaming, attacking me. I'm fighting for my life behind the smile where I hide the truth, disguise what's really happening. I'm a ghost beneath this mask made of skin, and all I want to do is fall asleep. But I can't close my eyes tonight, 'cause I am terrified of my own mind, and I'm trying not to lose hope, but I'm crying for this pain in my soul. So tired, I'm so weak, I'm so sick of this fucking disease. Oh, I'm dying, and I'm trying not to lose hope. Oh, but I'm crying for this pain in my soul. And I'm so tired, I'm so weak, I'm so sick of this fucking disease. Oh, I'm dying, I'm not ready to leave. So please don't give up on me. Please don't give up on me. Please don't give up on me. I'm staring at the ceiling as serenity abandons me in search of better days.
All right, and that was Solomon Crow with Better Days. Grab your favorite drink, kick your feet up on the porch, look out into the distance, contemplate your life. Solomon really knows how to blend sad lyrics with a fun, uplifting musical arrangement. If NA needed a theme song, well, there you go. That'll do it for you. I mean, what? It's if you can't pick the lyrics apart, I can't help you. But I mean, that's it in a nutshell. It's a man fighting his demons right there.
Better Days is one of my favorite songs that Solomon has ever done. It is not a song that gets played live. I don't think I've ever heard it live unless I've been alone in a room with him and I've asked him to play it. But it's a song that I share with a lot of the people in my life who struggle with mental health, with any kind of addiction issue. I pretty consistently have that song on repeat. It's there will be a cover coming from me, solely
Really?
piano. Yeah. This is the first song that I'm learning on piano.
Okay.
This is a recent endeavor.
Yeah.
So there will be a cover coming of that song
Cool.
from me at some point in the near future. But it is one of my favorite songs that Solomon has ever done. I can't tell you why without going into like super big detail and getting kind of dark and twisty, but it means a lot to me and it means a lot to him. Go listen to it. It's a great song.
Oh, I understand why you can't play it live. I mean, you're going to have a bunch of people with the mental issues and, drug problems or former drug problems. They're going to be crying. It's a rock show. They're supposed to be having fun. It's a good song. Don't get me wrong. But it's definitely, kind of have to put yourself in the right headspace. And when he was on, I can really appreciate a lot of what he was saying. I've had my fun little ups and downs, especially when I was younger, and so to hear somebody, a lot of people, it's our society, right? It's our society to push those things down and lock them away, and they don't talk about that. Nobody wants to hear about that, and so it's kind of cool to have somebody kind of flip it and go, no, I am going to discuss this. I'm not just going to discuss it. I'm going to write songs about it. I'm going to write multiple songs about it. And so when you listen to these songs, and you're not bummed out about your past, you're not sad about your past. You can look at it and you can go, boy, I really thought that people didn't have it like I had it. And then you go, no, people do, and it really adds this I don't know, sense of being in the songs, because the average person, they might not think that way. They might think, oh, a lot of people have been in that position. But there's people out there that don't. There's people out there that think that only they have been down that road and nobody really understands it, and that's okay too. But when you listen to the Solomon Crow music, when you listen to Damn Near Dead music, for the people that think that they're alone in this sort of thing, that music is definitely there to tell you, no, you're not. There's people out there that get it. And I think for a lot of people, sometimes that's all they need to help them get better. is just the realization that somebody else has been there too.
Yeah, one of the big things that Solomon, part of the reason, so Solomon is my best friend. We've been best friends since 2019. There's not a bad thing that I've gone through in my life since I met him that he hasn't been beside me for. And I'd like to say same goes, like vice versa. But it's very much authenticity. That was the basis of who he was and what he was doing at the time that I met him, and still today. Lots of changes have happened, and one of the consistent things has been be authentic. No matter what you're doing, no matter what you're saying, just be authentic. And it is super important, especially for people like me and Solomon who have struggled in life and have felt that way, have felt alone and been locked in a corner, essentially. It's really important to hear, I'm not by myself. This is not just a me problem. People just aren't saying it out loud. So Solomon is screaming. He is screaming his message out. You're not by yourself. You absolutely fucking matter. Sorry. You just talked about cussing.
No, I said that's why it doesn't show up on the fucking home screen. It's because I'm always fucking swearing. It's because of the YouTube. They don't like that. Now, because you just had to, of course, say something. Now I have to go on a 2-second tirade. You can upload a whole damn Iron Man movie, and you can steal somebody's whole record and not give them credit for it. And YouTube doesn't seem to mind that. But I say a word they don't like, and then all of a sudden I'm stripped away from the home screen. Why? Because I want to support these bands. Oh yeah, I'm Hitler because I want to support bands.
Say that.
Who cares? Oh, yeah, because my 14 viewers are going to mind. Anyway, please continue. The homie Chuck.
Yeah, like Solomon's music's all about healing and the struggles that come with life and just healing. And there's authenticity and a raw honesty that happens in that music. It's healing for me. You bought my book. I wrote that book mostly in Solomon's mom's basement. I wrote most of that book in a basement with Solomon writing songs 30 feet away from me. So his music is the soundtrack of that book. It is just, it goes hand in hand. I think somebody reviewed my book and they said it's a symphony of survival. It's
yeah.
And that's what Solomon's music is. It's just survival, and it's his honest truth. So
are we plugging that since you brought it up?
My book?
Yeah.
Sure.
Where do we
do that?
I mean, I already bought one, but imagine I didn't. Where do you find the book?
Amazon. You can buy my book from Amazon. It's free on Kindle if you have the Plus subscription.
Don't do that. Buy the book.
Buy the book though. It is called 100 Reasons (parentheses) I'm Still Alive, and it is by Sunday Rains.
Let me just go ahead to say to the listeners out there that are contemplating buying this book, I think you should buy the book. But I will say this. It took me a long time to finish that book. Not because I can't read. I can, kinda. A little bit. But the problem is that, not the problem, but what you need to know going into it is we're talking about some heavy subject matter. And if you can relate to this book, which I could, you have to get through it in sections, right? It ain't the new Harry Potter. You're not gonna sit down and just burn through it. It is a good book, but as far as books in my collection where I went, boy, I'm gonna sit down and read this. That book took a second because every time I would get through, a story or a section, little bit of the wind in my sails would be taken out a little bit.
It was
Boy,
so.
I kind of have to recover from this for a minute.
It is a spoken word or poetry book, I guess. Every single piece is based on my real life, real experiences that I've had, things that I've gone through, things that I've struggled with. It is very, very heavy. I believe in the author's note ahead, like before you even start reading an actual piece of the book, you get the author's note, which I tell you, feel free to stop reading, put the book down, like remember where you were, leave a piece of yourself in here if you need to, but don't ever take it back out.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
don't,
no, I remember. Yeah, I
don't do
remember
that.
reading that. Yeah,
It's
actually, what you just said, you kind of glossed over it a second. I think that would be awesome as a spoken word version.
so I've been working on an audiobook, but it's really hard because the book is so heavy and because it does relate to my life. It is quite literally the most honest version of myself. It's no more secrets. Like my entire life is just out there for people to read. It's really hard for me to record this without like crying. I've done a few pieces here and there, like on my TikTok. I've sat down and read a few pieces out of the book. I get a lot of people who message me and they're like, "Hey, is this piece about me?" If a piece is about you, you would know because everybody who has a piece written about them in that book gave express permission for it to be.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah.
So if you think it's about you, it's not.
I mean, if you want to take the edge off of yourself, I would gladly do it for you. I'll sit here. I'll do the audiobook reading. It'll be then you don't have to kind of put yourself through it, and then on the read back, you'd probably probably be the first time you get a laugh out of your own book.
Maybe.
I like stumble over a word, but I don't edit it. I just keep going, and occasionally you hear a can crack, and hold on, swig, just continue.
I think we got through the dedications barely, and like I have the audio sample that I can send you for that, of the dedications where I'm literally just like voice cracks, and I end up like breaking down mid-read because it's hard. It's a lot. It's a lot of emotion. Thanking people for keeping me alive.
Sure. It's a big deal.
That's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of emotion, a whole lot of weight, and it deserves to be recognized. So I don't think that I'll change it. Even if I'm crying during the book, okay, that's not, it's
to the realism.
Yeah, it's authentic. This is something that I went through in my life. It's not, you can't like hand wave the emotions that come with that.
Sure. No, I totally get it. I think it would be something interesting. Obviously, only if it's something you felt that you were up to. And you know what? Maybe I take that back. All right, if she does do the audiobook, do me a favor. Don't be driving listening to this because you don't want to be sobbing and all of a sudden you can't see. Just like hang out. Be at home.
Be safe.
Yeah, be safe.
Don't drive or operate heavy machinery while you're listening to Sunday Rains read 100 Reasons I'm Still Alive.
Yeah, unplug the toaster, man. Just hang out.
There's a whole reason that book took 14 years to finish.
Right.
There's a whole reason. So just go into the book with the mindset of, I know that this is heavy.
Right.
And if I need to stop, it's okay. It's 98 pages, I think. And it's all the emotions. It is all the emotions, always.
Get a nice warm blanket, glass of lemonade, maybe make a sandwich. Put yourself in a nice mental state. And
smoke a joint first.
Yeah, do that. Crack a beer and then do it. And then if you have to take a pause, then you take a pause. This is why you're going to buy the physical copy. You put the receipt or whatever in the book and you take a break. No, it is a good book. I recommend that people check it out. And if you do so, put a little tornado emoji in the comment section when you review it. and then I'll know that this is how you found it.
Make sure that you go and review the book after you've bought it and read it. Please go review it on Amazon. I have
I know
one
I still
review.
need to. I know I got to do it too.
There is one review, and the book has been out since last year.
Yeah, I got it.
August of last year.
I know I'm bad because you even said to me, you said, "Oh, and you write something up about it," and I need to. I will. I'm gonna get on that. I'm gonna do that. Let's switch gears. Let's go to something fun. Let's go to something happy.
Okay.
Let's go to something nerdy.
Oh.
With the exception of the television show, The Stranger Things, prior to that show existing, because believe it or not, this game did exist prior to that TV show. Back when I was a kid, there was a fun way to trick kids into doing math while fighting dragons and being a wizard. And that game was Dungeons and Dragons. And I used to play. I think my old neighbor gave me a set of might have been second edition books. And then I jumped ship and I played Shadowrun, and Shadowrun was really cool. And I wish people still did. Nobody plays Shadow. You can't even find the books anymore for Shadowrun unless you want to go on eBay and spend $9 billion and get the books. But anyway, so I've been playing D&D quite a long time, and you play D&D, and you have a crew. And if I'm not mistaken, on Friday nights over on Twitch, you can hop in and you can be in the chat while the gang, Dr. Nez also included, while the gang plays D&D. And how do people join in on the fun?
So that is going to be twitch.tv/for the love of Chuck. And that is FOR, the love of Chuck. We stream mountain time. That is 8 p.m. that we start, and we end about 11. So about 3 hours of D&D. I just uploaded for the first time on my YouTube channel, not this week's session, so not 2 days ago, but last week's session.
Nice.
We are on campaign 2. It is entirely homebrew. Dr. Nez is the DM. So this is all a work of his imagination. If writing music wasn't enough, he also writes music for our sessions, for our D&D stuff. It's incredible. We have our own little soundtracks that play in the background of the stream for D&D. Do you have any questions about
Did he play my stuff yet? He said he was gonna play a song I sent him. I don't know if he played it yet. No, you'd know if he did.
I was gonna say so the thing is that it plays on Roll20 when we're looking at maps. It plays on Roll20. But because of how my audio is set up, I have to have that tab muted. Otherwise, it overpowers everybody's talking.
Oh,
so
okay.
it does play, maybe, but I don't hear it. Everybody else hears it. I don't hear it.
Okay. Real quick, too, just in case you happen to go on. I am almost never there because I don't check my email, nor do I remember. And it's Friday nights. Usually I'm doing this, to be quite honest. Usually I'm working on the show. But I have popped in before. If you see me in chat, please do not say anything to me in chat, because I run this usually in the background of a video game that I don't need sound for. So I just kind of listen. So if you're like, hey, Black Tornado Guy, I'm never going to see it. So don't waste your time, doing that. Because, usually I put you guys on and then I play a game or something. My Twitch connection is always really spotty. It's like it cuts out a lot. And I don't know if that's an internet problem with me. I don't know. But D&D is fun. If you've ever been interested in playing D&D, you should check them out, kind of get a feel for what the table is like. And I encourage you to check out your local game store and see if they're running a D&D session. There's a video series where a guy explains, he has these little animated characters, and it's really cool. He really explains how all the different aspects of D&D work. So if you if you have your family or a small group of friends, it's not very expensive. Actually, most of the things D&D just to get started are free. You can just download the basic rule book, and character sheets are free to download. Set of dice don't cost you much, or you can use an online tool.
D&D Beyond has all of it that you will need.
Yeah, D&D Beyond has everything that you'd need, and it's fun. You can trick your kids into doing math, because
Yep.
that's what it is. It's a bunch of nerdy people doing math and telling a story, and that's fun. That's a good time.
I'm going to be so real with you. I'm playing at my dream table with Kenny, Dr. Nez DMing. And I'm a player. So we have B, Harrison, Josue, and Cass at the table with me. This is my dream table. I've wanted this table for a very long time, and I'm very happy to be playing at it. So big shout out to them because they make D&D fun. They make D&D fun.
Yeah, when you have a good crew, it makes the game 100 times more enjoyable. Makes it a lot of fun. I've played at tables with my best friends when we were kids, and I feel like just like the crew from the Stranger Things, a bunch of friends sitting around playing. We get the chips and drinks, and everybody's having fun. And I've played at tables with strangers, and those are okay too. But it takes a while to kind of build up that camaraderie a little bit. But regardless, however you get there, however you end up, as long as you're working together as a team and you're having a good time, it's a lot of fun. So to the people that have been living under a rock for the last 40 years that don't know D&D, well, now you know a little bit about Dungeons and Dragons. And go check it out. Come over to Twitch. Tell them that you that you got into Dungeons and Dragons. I'm sure they'll enjoy it. I'm sure they'll like hearing about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Please, even if we don't respond immediately, because I mean D&D is a very talkative game, so we don't pause all the time to talk to chat, but we do acknowledge you guys as best we can. If that's a text in the chat to respond to you, or if it's one of my moderators who is usually at the table answering you, somebody will acknowledge you.
Yeah, see, there you go. If you got something cool going on, tell them what's up. Maybe you get a shout out. All right, I think we covered all of our bases. This was cool. Thank you to the homie Chuck for coming on the show, and yeah, we talked about some Solo Man Crow, Solomon Crow. We talked about Dr. Nez. We talked books. This went good. This went heavier than I thought, content wise. Went longer, so that's good. It's a good time. I was like, shit, this is going to be 15 minutes. No, it's a full-fledged regular show. And we threw in some music there for you, so don't come crying to me that I haven't played music. There you go, you get tunes.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah, we'll have to have you back on in the future. We're going to have to do that ghost interview around Halloween sometime.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys know the drill. I am your host, Adam. Thank you for joining me once again on the Black Tornado Podcast, your home for underground metal, underground books, underground southern folk, gothic, underground stoner rock. Underground D&D. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Peace out.